Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat at sa ating masipag na principal, Dr. Melody T. Dayag. Magandang umaga po ma'am. At sa dalawa nating master teacher, Ma'am Tamara is Magsino and Ma'am Binilda is Magbanlag. Magandang umaga po sa inyong dalawa ma'am. At sa aking mga kapwa guro, magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Ngayon, I'm going to discuss the performance task under Deped Order number 31 series of 2020. The Deped Order number 31 series of 2020 included summative assessment tool that qualified as performance task in APP and TLE for this school year 2020-2021 in light in the COVID-19 pandemic. Ito yung assessment tool na gagamitin for the performance task in different learning modalities like face-to-face, digital learning, or online learning in home schooling. Let's have a short review about this Deped Order number 8 series 2015. This is the policy guidelines in classroom assessment for the K-12 basic education program. Nakalagay dito that assessments should be used to inform and improve classroom practices and promote learning outcomes. Ngunit nasa distance or blended learning tayo, malaga na mag-isip tayo ng mga alternative tools and strategies kung paano natin ma-assist ang mga bata sa kanilang natutuhan at kung paano rin natin masuportahan ang kanilang pag-aaral. In Deped Order number 8 series of 2015, nakalagay that there are two types of classroom assessment tools, the formative and the summative assessment. Learners synthesize their knowledge understanding during summative assessment. The result of these assessments are used as basis for computing grades. The components of summative assessment or the components for computing grades are the written works, performance task, and quarterly examination. Sa naranasan natin ngayon sa COVID-19, to ensure the teaching and learning continuity while looking after the health and the well-being of our students, teachers, and personnel, the Deped issued the Deped Order number 12 series of 2020. And this is the adoption of Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan for the school year 2020-2021 in light with this COVID-19 pandemic. To supplement this Deped Order number 12, Series 2020, the Deped issued another order which is the Deped Order number 31 series of 2020, the interim policy guidelines for assessment and grading in light of the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan to provide guidance on the assessment of the student learning and in grading scheme to be adopted this school year. In this Deped Order, mayroon na lang dalawa. From tatlo, ginawa na lang nilang dalawa ang components ng summative assessment. These are the written works and the performance task. With distribution of the summative assessment components per learning area for grade 1 to grade 10. Sa APP or TLE, the written works is 30%. And the performance task is 70%. APP for grade 4 and 5, TLA for grade 6. The performance task. So what is performance task? The 70% of our assessment for this school year 2020-2021. When we say performance task, ito ay tumutukoy sa kakayahan, kasanayan at kaalaman ng mag-aaral na kanilang ipinapakita sa pamagitan ng isang gawain o gawa sa pagbuo ng isang gawain. They may create or innovate products. Performance-based tasks including the skills demonstration or skills application, group presentation, oral work, multimedia presentation, research project. It is also important to understand or to know that written outputs may also be considered in performance tasks. Planning the assessment or the performance task of our students. Teachers should set realistic expectations and use their professional judgment to find a good balance between what is effective and what is feasible to accomplish remotely. Tayong mga teachers ay maging makatotohanan na tanggapin natin ang realidad, lalo na sa panahon ng pandemic. Kailangan isipin natin at planuhin mabuti ang ipapagawa natin sa mag-aaral. Kung ito ba ay kaya ng batang gawin o magagawa ba ng bata sa sitwasyon natin ngayon. We should be realistic doon sa kinakaharap ng ating mga estudyante sa panahon ng pandemic. Planning the assessment. The teachers need to be creative and flexible in assisting student learning. Kailangan may ipagpagawa pa rin tayo sa bata at may assist natin sila ng angkop at tama. At may isalang-alang natin ang kanilang kaligtasan at kalusugan laban sa sakit na umiiral ngayon. Assessment decision should be in interest of every learning at ito ay para sa bawat mag-aaral o sa kapakanan at sa ikabubuti ng ating mga mag-aaral. Kasi kung hindi natin sila ma-assist ng mabuti, hindi natin malalaman ang lagay niya sa klase natin. Kung siya ba'y learner with mastery, average or below average, o siya ba'y nangangailangan ng remedial. Assessment activity should be in line with our MELC o most essential learning competency. The activity should be reliable, valid, and transparent. Kailangan ay naayon at naangkop dun sa tinuturo natin o sa MELC. They are practical and manageable for both learners and teachers, of course. Kailangan ang ipapagawa natin ay kayang gawin ng bata o magagawa ng bata sa sitwasyon natin ngayon na hindi sila ma-pressure o hindi din ma-stress ang teachers. Baka mamaya mahirap yung pinapagawa mo at walang makapagpasa, ma-stress ka lang dahil walang nakagawa. Hindi nga. Kailangan din ang pag-assist ay fair, inclusive, and equitable. Kumbaga, kailangan makatarungan, wala kang kinikilingan, wala kang tinititigan, serbisyong totoo ika nga. Give learners a range of ways to demonstrate their learning. Sa sitwasyon natin ngayon, pwede nilang ipakita anuman ang kanilang natutuhan sa pamagitan ng video kung anuman yung gusto mong ipagawa. Pwede nilang gawin at isend sa pamagitan ng video. Provide timely and accurate information as basis for feedback. Performance task. The performance task should be specific and has clear direction. Mayroon dapat scoring tools such as checklist, rubrics, rating scale, etc. Complex tasks may be broken down into shorter tasks to be completed over longer periods of time. So kapag masyadong malawak o masyadong komplikado ang task, gawin nating bite size. Tayo ay yung mag-adjust. I-unpack natin yung performance tasks na kailangan natin ipagawa. And then bigyan natin sila ng oras para ma-accomplish nila ng mas maayos base sa ating inaasahan. And then consider time and resources available. Ito ay mahalaga lalo na sa panahon ngayon. Kailangan natin i-consider ang oras ng bata sa paggawa. We should consider the task na madaling ma-accomplish at bigyan natin sila ng panahon na matapos yun ng maayos. Isaalang-alang din natin ang availability ng resources. Yung mga kailangan ba nilang tool o yung materials ba nila ay readily available. Hindi na ba nila kailangang gumastos ng malaki. o hindi na ba nila kailangan bumili pa. Sa sitwasyon natin ngayon, gawin nating mas madali. Kung ano yung meron sila sa bahay o kung anong meron silang alternatibo o makahanap ng ibang paraan upang magawa nila yung hinihingi nating performance task. Then, enough opportunities for learners to practice and to redo their work whenever necessary. Huwag tayong magbigay ng maiksing panahon para sagutan ng bata o gawin ng bata ang activity. At kung may pagkakamali pa doon sa gawa nila, so bigyan pa natin sila ng pagkakataon para maiayos kung ano man yung mali na at kung ano pang gusto nilang maayos doon sa gawa nila. Conducting assessment task. Meron tayong dalawa. Communicating the assessment task and the records of progress. Dapat malinaw ang pagkakalagay ng objective in your performance sheet. Ang focus ng performance task ay nakalagay din. Dapat malinaw din yon. Letter B, the roles of learners and parents or guardian. So dapat nakalagay din kung ano ang papel na gagampanan ng parent o guardian sa ipapagawa mo sa bata. Halimbawa, sa pagluluto. So kailangan na nakalagay halimbawa sa paghihiwa ng mga sangkap ay kailangan nakapatnubay ang magulang sa paggawa ng bata. O kaya ang magulang o guardian ang siyang magbubukas ng kalan kapag magluluto na. Sa ganung paraan, para kung may mangyari man na hindi maganda, hindi ka masisisi ng parent o guardian kasi nakalagay naman doon sa performance sheet mo na kailangan ang pagpatnubay nila sa paggawa. Letter C, procedure and expected timeline. The procedure should be specific, clear, and easy to understand. Direct to the point. At bigyan din natin ng sapat na oras ang mga mag-aral sa paggawa para hindi sila maghahabol at magkaroon ng quality output. At sa procedure naman, huwag nating masyadong habaan. Huwag nating bigyan ng pasikot-sikot na instruction. Kasi ang mga bata, kapag masyadong mahaba ang binabasa, hindi na nila maintindihan masyado. Minsan nga kahit maikli, di pa maintindihan. Mahaba pa kaya. Pag nakalagay, isulat ang titik ng tamang sagot. Magtatanong pa yan, "Ma'am, kopyahin pa ba? O sagot na lang ba ang isusulat?" So kailangan nating linawan ang pagkakasulat ng procedure para mas maintindihan ng bawat bata. Iiwasan din natin ang paggamit ng malalalim na vocabulary sa bata para mas maintindihan nila. Ang ating mini-measure dito o ang ating dinevelop ay ang kanilang skill. Kailangan na maintindihan nila ang procedure para mas maisagawa nila ng maayos ang performance task na ating pinapagawa sa kanila. Letter D, standards and rubrics. Ang standards o pamantayan ay dapat ding nakalagay para masundan at malaman ng bata kung ano ba yung mga dapat gawin kapag siya ay gumawa o habang gumagawa. Kasi kadalasan, yun din ang kriteria na nakikita sa rubric. Halimbawa, nakalagay doon, hugasan ang mga sangkap bago lutuin. Maaaring nakalagay din yon sa rubric, sa kriteria doon sa rubric. Maaaring maayos na hugasan ang masangkap, hindi gaanong nahugasan masangkap o hindi nahugasan ang masangkap, etc. At nilalagyan natin ng marka o puntos na 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1 ayon sa kriteria na nakalagay doon sa rubric o sa pagkanilang paggawa. Sa pamamagitan ng rubrics, nalalaman ng mga mag-aral kung na-attain ba nila o na-perform ba nila ng tama ang task na pinapagawa sa kanila. At kitang-kita agad nila kung kung saan sila nagkulang o nagkamali. Records of progress. We have self-monitoring tool, check-ins of teachers with learner, literacy evidence of learning, students' learning portfolio. Feedback and remediation. Teachers should ensure that learners receive remediation when they earn raw scores which are consistently below expectation. Isinasagawa natin ang remediation every time na makikita natin na ang performance ng bata ay mababa o hindi pumasok doon sa passing score. And for feedback, to become effective, it should be given immediately after the task is completed. These are the list of summative assessment tools that qualify as performance tasks in EPP and TLE. Sa left column, ito yung mga list ng qualified output. At sa kabila naman ay mga list of performance task. Sa face-to-face learning, ang output ay technical drawing output, prototype building, number 3, products and project using locally available materials. At sa performance task naman ay skills demonstration, skills application, laboratory exercises, oral test, design, creation, and layout of outputs, and diagnosis and repair of damaged equipment. But because of our situation now, wala tayong face-to-face, so let's proceed to online distance learning. For outputs, technical drawing output, prototype building with video demonstration, 3 projects using locally available materials. In performance task, we have skill demonstrations by YouTube, Zoom, and Google Meet. Skills application with video demonstration. Online oral test, design, creation, and layout of outputs, video demonstration, and diagnosis and repair of damaged equipment. So in digital or printed modular learning, TV or RBI, in homeschooling, in output, we have technical drawing output, prototype building products, project using locally available materials. And in performance task, we have skill demonstration, skills application, laboratory exercises, oral test, design, creation, and layout of outputs, and diagnosis and repair of damaged equipment. Rubrics. A rubric is a learning and assessment tool that is used to evaluate written outputs, products, or performance-based tasks. It is a scoring guide that articulates the expectations and describes the levels of quality expected from a learner. Mahalaga na magkaroon tayo ng rubrics o gamit tayo ng rubrics sa pag-evaluate ng written outputs o products o yung pinapagawa natin sa bata para malaman natin kung ano ba yung kulang nila ayon doon sa criteria na nilagay natin sa rubric at malaman din ng bata kung ano din yung pagkukulang nila o kung naatin ba nila yung pinagawa natin sa kanila. Sa pamagitan ng rubric, mas madali natin silang mabigyan ng angkop na marka doon sa kanilang ginawa ayon doon sa mga kriteria na ating nilagay doon sa rubric. We have two types of rubrics, the analytic and or the holistic. An analytic rubrics articulates different dimensions of performance and provides rating for each criterion or dimension. A holistic rubric describes the overall characteristic of a performance and provides a single score. Ito ay halimbawa ng holistic rubric. inilarawan o nakalagay dito ang kabuuan ng paggawa ng isang bagay o proyekto na ginawa at magbigay ka na lang ng marka ayon sa nakita o na-observe mo katapat doon sa descriptor. Halimbawa sa pagluluto uli, so ito yung mga criteria. Nasunod ang mga hakbang sa pagluluto, malinis ang paggagawa at naisalang-alang ang mga pangkalusugan at pangkaligtasan. Kung nagawa yun, so mayroon na nakalagay doon na sa scoring na 95 to 100. At kung iba naman, may 90 to 94, depende doon sa mga ginawa ng. Ito naman ang halimbawa ng analytic rubric. Dito ipinapakita ang iba't ibang dimension of performance at maglalagay ka lang ng marka sa bawat criterion. Halimbawa sa pagluluto uli, nagamit ng tama at ang mga kasangkapan sa pagluluto. Tapos lagay ka lang doon 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tapos nasusunod ang hakbang sa paggawa. Lagay mo rin doon, depende doon sa ipinakita ng bata. Kung 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 ang maging score. Rubrics contain 4 essential features. At number 1, a task description or descriptive title of the task students are expected to produce or perform. Number 2 is skill or scoring that describes the level of mastery. Example, exceed expectation, meets expectation, and doesn't meet expectation. Number 3, components or criteria. Students are to attend to in completing the assignment or task. Example, types of skills, knowledge, etc. And 4, description of the performance quality or performance descriptor of the components or dimension at its level of mastery.